The year I forgot to defrost the turkey. Part 4. By 4 p.m., the turkey was finally done, but it didn't look like the picture-perfect bird I had imagined. The skin was a little more well done than I'd hoped, and the legs were slightly overcooked, but at least it wasn't raw. I pulled it out of the oven with a sigh of relief, thankful that it hadn't turned into a disaster. The rest of the meal was ready: mashed potatoes, stuffing, and green bean casserole. The house smelled like Thanksgiving: cinnamon, herbs, and turkey. Despite the chaos, I felt a little pride as I looked at the spread. At least the side dishes were perfect, and the turkey, though late, was edible. "Alright, time for the turkey," I said, trying to sound confident as I began carving it. My hands were shaking a little, but I kept going. The slices came out a little uneven, but the meat was juicy and tender, and I knew that was what mattered. I placed the turkey on a serving platter and looked up. Everyone was waiting to dig in. My brother raised an eyebrow. "This is the Thanksgiving we'll be talking about for years." I smiled sheepishly. "Yeah, for sure. Who else has a turkey story like this?" Despite the stress, the meal came together. The mashed potatoes were creamy, the stuffing savory, and the green bean casserole a hit. The guests didn't seem to mind the late turkey. They dug in enthusiastically, filling their plates and going back for seconds. My dad patted me on the back. "Not bad for a first-time Thanksgiving dinner disaster." After the turkey, we moved on to dessert: pumpkin pie, apple pie, and my homemade cranberry tart. We were all stuffed, but everyone kept eating. My brother cracked a joke, and the room filled with laughter. As we sat around the table, full and content, I realized that Thanksgiving wasn't about perfect food. It was about the people you share it with. The laughter, the stories, and the memories made were the best part of the day. Later, after the dishes were cleaned, and everyone was lounging in the living room, my mom looked at me. "You know, despite the turkey disaster, this was one of the best Thanksgivings we've had." I smiled, feeling a weight lift off my shoulders. "Thanks, Mom. I'm just glad it all came together." It wasn't the Thanksgiving I had planned for, but it was one I would always remember. The turkey might have been late, but the people around the table made it unforgettable.